Hey all, Nicholas Steffen here again with another video for Project Wake Up. One of the first topics I want to discuss with my fellow man is that are you a person or a man? Man and person may appear synonymous in grammar, but in law they have very different meanings. Check Genesis 1:27 in the Authorized King James Bible about man, which includes both male and female. A person is a corporation, a dead legal fiction, an entity that does not physically exist, and you can find this in the 1901 Acts Interpretations Act, Black's Law Dictionary, or any other legal dictionary, etc. If you look at Romans 2:8 in the Authorized King James Bible, it states that God is no respecter of persons, and this all-uppercase name that you are fooled into believing by the Australian government and their goons. When you are born, the state territory you are in created an incorporated entity, which is the fictional version of you, but in all uppercase text. So you're a man born with unalienable rights, operating under the common law of do no harm, and then wham, your parents, which are informants, letting the Australian government know that a deedship has been created, and they sold you to the state, and therefore the state becomes your legal guardian. You grow up your whole life not knowing that you are seen as spiritually and physically dead to the Australian government, so they can rape you of your estate and keep you as a debt-bonded slave to the IMF. Are you incorporated and missing a body? You may even notice that on forms to do with doctors, banks, police, courts, etc., they have given you the title of Mr., Miss, Mrs., etc. These conventional titles are treated the same as military ranks and are the lowest ranks aboard a ship. This can be found on page 516 of the Australian Government Stoles Manual, 6th edition, 2002. Are you in the military or aboard a ship? There is practically two of you. There is the proper descriptive title case John Doe of the Smith family, and then there is the corporate John Doe Smith, which is all uppercase. If you look at page 121 of the Australian Government Stoles Manual, it tells you that an all-caps name is a trademark, corporate identifier. At Federation, we had our de jure Commonwealth of Australia in descriptive English title text, and we also had the all-caps Commonwealth of Australia, which was a business being run alongside our de jure Commonwealth for commerce purposes on an international level. The United States of America had their all-caps United States Corporation for Commerce back in 1871. Look at your family name on the birth certificate and you'll notice that is in all uppercase. There is an ancient Roman occult maxim, for he who would be deceived, let him be. So if you're so ignorant as to what is going on and you don't say nothing, then you have no one to blame but yourself. I'll remind you of what I said in my first video. Chief Prosecutor of the Nuremberg trials, Justice Robert H. Jackson, stated that it is not the function of the government to keep the citizen from falling into error, it is the function of the citizen to keep the government from falling into error. Do you honestly believe that you are this all-caps name? How can a foreign corporation, which is the Australian government, which is registered to the US Federal Reserve Bank via the Security Exchange Commission Central Index Key Number 805157, who does not have a physical body but yet exert authority over a living man and force him to act in commerce when no full disclosure has been given? This all-caps name is a creation that belongs to the Australian government and not you. Section 11 of the Public Governance Performance Accountability Act 2013 states that there are two types of Commonwealth entities. First one being a non-corporate Commonwealth entity, which is you, the natural man, and the second being a corporate entity, which is your person, your all uppercase name. At the note part, it states that the corporate entities are legally separate from the Commonwealth. So if you claim to be this all uppercase person, this corporation, this legal dead fiction, which does not spiritually or physically exist in the real world, then you are legally separate from our de jure Commonwealth, and you're going against God's laws by respecting persons, and also committing an act of personage in the process, claiming to be something that you are not. Tasmania Police, which is a sub-corporation under the Australian Government Corporation, has no lawful right to force you into a contract without full disclosure and your full informed consent. Otherwise, it will be a violation of Section 44 ZZRF of the 2010 Competition and Consumer Act, which is Commonwealth legislation. That's all for this video, folks, as I look to keep them short. I do this out of love for my fellow man.